From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm.
They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream.
But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold.
The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede.
The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back.
The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The desert fist of thunder is bringing the spice.
A clash of the titans, a battle of might.
Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaffs to Avalanche, a flurry of white, to the Hamilton Huskies, ready for the fight.
The Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, fierce and mean. Notre Dame Saints, a heavenly scene.
The Pinnacle Pioneers breaking new ground, and the Tucson Road Runners coming to your town. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. Yeah.
When you think of the best rivalries in hockey, you probably don't think of Arizona high school hockey, but tonight, if you did, we have that matchup for you guys. Notre Dame going up against Pinnacle Pioneers, one of the most historied rivalries in the entire league. And Dr. Ben, just above me on the sticks here, you've been at quite a few of these matchups, so have I. What can we expect tonight from these two teams?
A lot of physicality. These are two very physical teams. I hate to say it, but that box is going to be busy. These are two teams that aren't afraid to use their body. They're not afraid to check the rules in the interest of scoring. And I also think we're going to see a really close game.
I think it's going to be a close game as well. Last matchup between the two teams ended 9-4 in favor of the Saints, but this time a couple bodies out for the team in purple and gold. Chase Nicky out of the lineup as well. Maximus Harlan, Brady Herrick, and then Roberto Gomez as well. So a lot of top guys not in, but let's take it down. Highest level is 0 moments away from puck drop here at the ice in Scottsdale.
Where desert-born warriors break the mold.
The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede.
The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night under the arena.
Wrapping up warm-up here on a rainy Saturday night in Scottsdale, Arizona on the Coyotes side. And we are live tonight as well, but starting goaltender Cade Wright, as we've heard that name quite a bit on this stream this year, one of the best goaltenders of the league. He has the best goals against average and the best save percentage. Look to him to be the difference maker tonight with a couple of bodies out for the Saints, and across from him a newcomer for the Pioneers and Jay Suzuki. He's 4 games played. He's missed quite a bit with travel, but 3.5 goals against average and 8.81 save percentage is really nothing to scoff at. But with these bodies down, do you think this is going to be a different game than the first matchup between these two, Dr. Ben?
I think it's going to be just as physical. I think it's going to be just as close. I think it's going to be a repeat. Both of these teams are going into this game with something to prove.
Pinnacle rather, coming off a important tie against Exhibition. They trailed 4-0 in that game, but rallied from that 4-goal deficit to walk away with a tie. And I talked to Coach Bill Ross before the game, and he told me that he thinks if they had 30 more seconds, they would have won it. So maybe marking a turning point in this early season for the Sun Devils. They're sitting at 4-6-1, and Notre Dame has been unstoppable up until this point. They are on a 9-game winning streak, leading all the way up to their only tie on the year, which was against Chaparral on a last-minute goal from the Firebirds, but they have looked absolutely unstoppable. Two teams that don't like each other very much at all. Pinnacle, Notre Dame. And we are underway here from the ice in Scottsdale, and battle for the puck right off the draw will end up with Notre Dame. Coletti moves it in front of his own net to Henry Askew, looking far side, but Ray Horn was there. However, Justin Kaplan stepping into that. Early hit there from Riggs Butler, younger brother of former Pioneer Cal Butler, and he was the younger brother to Caden Butler, who also played in this program, so one of those family names for the Pioneers. Here's Coletti now, moving it through the middle. He'll find Kaplan. Kaplan across the blue line. He'll pull up and wait for options, but he's ran into the wall by Preston Mitchell. Now Cage will reverse this one off the wall. Gagnard's there, or Gross that is, rather. And racing to get there's Dylan Shane, one of the top players for this Notre Dame squad who is in the lineup tonight. Coletti now, early opportunity, big block there by Riggs Butler. And that one will leak out of the zone as well, so Notre Dame forced to regroup.
A lot of good energy in this game so far.
High energy, Pinnacle playing physical so far. Wright pulling to the front, trying to get a shot away, but can't. Tommy Wright's been one of the leading point getters this year. 8 points for him in 11 games for a Pioneer team who is not what most people are used to seeing. Williams now with it, one of the returners from the state championship winning squad last year as he battles away in the corner. Williams with it again behind his own goal, trying to shake off the pressure of Wesley, and he's unable to. Now thrown in front there momentarily, but nothing doing on the look there from Barlow. That one will eke its way all the way down for icing, and we'll go back to the Pioneer end for an offensive zone draw in favor of the Saints.
So watching the replay of this, behind the net, I mean, Notre Dame going for the wraparound. If there was somebody in front, if they had someone just sitting there, that would have been their first point on the board.
And only a minute 45 in this one, but they've had all the offensive chances to this point. Now in the middle, intercepted by Derryberry. He moves that gap. Logan Chicka now walking to the middle, trying to find Chatsworth, who took a swipe at it in the process but couldn't connect.
Now the net's off the mooring.
Ref just put it back on, so no stoppage in play there. Pioneers trying to set up for their first offensive zone possession. Their line is Wright, Chatsworth, and Chicka. As Wright will chase this one. Mullet is the first one there for the Saints. Now Block will rim this one all the way around. Suzuki to play it behind his own goal, and he'll go up the glass with it. Neubauer lets it go by. Askew will pick it up, and he'll hammer it far side, trying to find Justin Kaplan, but can't. Pioneers trying to break it out of their own end. Derryberry with the high flip, and that one will bounce out of the zone, but Askew will collect it calmly and send it in deep. Another one thrown, blocked by Shane. Puck's in front for him. He's back on. Kaplan scores! Saints strike first, and just 3 minutes into this one, Notre Dame leads 1-0.
There we go. They were able to park that puck right in front of the net. A little bit of a backhanded pass to put it in.
So Justin Kaplan from Dylan Shane to get the party started here in the Ice 10 Scottsdale. And As expected, Notre Dame leads 1-0. They have to say, Dr. Benton, they're probably the heavy favorites coming into this game, but in almost every game they play in.
There's that physical play we were talking about earlier.
Melsick trying to send one in. He takes a hit there in front of the Notre Dame bench. And that one will go into the Notre Dame bench as well. So neutral zone draw ahead. .11:49 remaining in this first period, but Notre Dame off to an early lead. For those of you just joining us, we are here at the ice in Scottsdale. Notre Dame Pinnacle is your matchup. Melsick moves it over to Schmall, bumps it ahead to Peck. Peck trying to send it in deep it can, as this one will find its way back to Askew. Fluttering one to the neutral zone, but right to a blue jersey there, as Peck can't get a grasp on that one and end up with Green. Neubauer now sending it in deep for the Pioneers. Schmall trying to apply some pressure on the forecheck, but this one's rimmed up by Kane Wright and now snapped over to Brady Stallkamp. Stallkamp trying to make a move around Mitchell, but can't. Mitchell has been playing forward for a decent amount of this year, formerly a defenseman, but one of several players who has moved up to forward. Danius able to keep it in. He'll send it in deep. Schmall will have to chase that one down. Now Schmall gives it over to Ray Horn. Ray Horn intercepted Shane. Shane walking and he scores! Another Pinnacle turnover, and Dylan Shane makes no mistake on it. Short side high. Saints double their lead to 2.
Watch that back. He got the bottle pop.
Really not much Jay Suzuki can do there. An untimely turnover behind the Pioneer goal, and that's a perfectly placed shot. Dylan Shane going to be one of the guys who needs to step up, but step up is an understatement, as he has 22 points in 11 games this year. He isn't sat behind at all.
Yeah, the only thing that's surprising so far is the lack of puck possession from the Pioneers.
Usually a playoff type atmosphere and these rivalry games. These two teams perennially two of the best, as that one's go up by right. He'll have to play to Stanias, who banks that. These two teams usually some of the best. And AHSHA, and last year Notre Dame saw kind of an off year, but still managed to squeak out a series split in the 2 games. And this time it's kind of the opposite, where Notre Dame is looking like a championship favorite and Pinnacle is looking like they're rebuilding a little bit. DeCausa now steps around Cage. He has some speed down the outside. He'll let one go, blocker down by Suzuki. Gleason will pick it up now into the neutral zone. 3-on-2 for the Pioneers if they hurry. Wiseman back for Gleason. Lets one go, easily gloved down by Kane right there.
I'm going to run this this Pinnacle shot on the replay again. Right, I'm sorry, the Notre Dame shot again. That was a great stop by Suzuki.
Right, juicy rebound on a high slot as well, but no short guy trailing went for a change. Could have been a chance to get out to a 3-goal lead and put Pinnacle in a hole early if they're not already. Off the paddle of right, he'll move it over to Shane, and he'll take it himself with the legs. Moved ahead to Driscoll. Chatsworth applying some pressure. Taking off Shane's stick now as Chicka will slide this one to right. Right, backhanded in deep. Tomcock can't get that first off-angled shot from Chicka, but that's soared wide. And now Shane the other way. Has some help in the form of Driscoll right on the back pressure. Shane walking around one, trying to put his head down, go to the front, but that's off a body and into the netting as Suzuki got a piece of that.
Very, very fast game so far. Lots of energy. I love to see it.
And Notre Dame going to have to keep up that pace. It looks like they have a shorter bench than normal, only 3 lines for them. Still a full back end, but something that can show in the later stages of this game, most definitely. Wesley wins it off the draw. Saints will set up in their own end. Green lets one go, blocked there by Peck, the leading goal scorer for this Pioneer team, as Schmall couldn't connect with him, and this one will go all the way down for icing. Talked about Danger Peck there for a moment. 11 points for him in 10 games played, 6 goals on the year. and one of the several bodies that stepped up to this Pinnacle squad from D2 and has made their presence felt early as they graduated quite a few seniors last year. 22 total new faces on this Pioneer squad, including all call-ups, so a lot of fresh faces to go around. Askew driving wide, trying to throw one on goal there, but that went off the end boards as it's moved up the green. Sent far side over to Askew, trying to zip one through the seam and find Wesley. A good stick by Schmall to break that up. Green now sends one through on goal. Rebounds there for Stallkamp, but good job by Suzuki to stay strong on that post. Now Schmall back in his own end. Trying to bank it off the wall to Peck, but it's taken away. Another defensive zone turnover, but they'll get a break this time as that one squeaked out off sides. First two goals were a result of defensive zone turnovers, and that would have been another one there. That last goal being Dylan Shane on the goal from Ryan Driscoll to give Notre Dame the 2-0 lead. Danius off the draw, trying to dump it in the zone, but Rayhorn intercepts. Now Gross through the middle. Across the red, flutters one to the far side, trying to find Butler, but intercepted as well. Now DeCausin the other way. He takes a hit there, and an arm flies in the air. I think Rayhorn kind of clipped him around the neck there and brought him down, but Pinnacle, a team that's typically been disciplined throughout the year, heading to the box early.
Watching a replay on that. It looked like he hooked him.
Kind of just took a grab of that, almost a horse collar.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty for Nate Rayhorn there. But instead, since we are playing hockey, it's a 2-minute power play for the Saints. Stallkamp on the draw, some new faces on this Saint power play. Here's Dylan Shane over to Askew. He sends one through, but blocked by Chicka, and Derryberry is able to clear. Wright will play it, and he'll go off the glass, trying to find Shane, but they couldn't connect. Now Chatsworth will send one back in deep, and Askew will again have to regroup. Askew leaving it behind for Kaplan. Has some support behind him, but he'll use his legs across the red line. Now Kaplan into the zone, trying to dance around a couple, but he got clipped by Derryberry to slow him down. Derryberry now laying it in the corner on Driscoll. Stallkamp and the Pinnacle captain digging away now. Good hit by Derryberry. And then again, Chatsworth on the clears. 50 seconds have been erased from this Pioneer penalty kill.
Good kill so far.
And the kill that hasn't ranked very highly, ninth most, or rather ranking ninth in the league and eighth in percentage, giving up 10 goals on the year. Just second to last. So good start for them. That top unit of Chicken Chatsworth is definitely a good one to have out there to kill penalties, as they are physical and they grind. Cleared there by Riggs Butler as 30 seconds now remain on the same power play. Block snapping one off the wall, trying to find Kaplan, but it'll go to Wesley instead. Wesley moving it forward, but instead is Melsick, and Suzuki will swallow that one up for a whistle and a face-off that'll move to the right of him. So offensive zone draw for the Saints. 17 seconds remaining on their first power play attempt of the game, and a lethal power play it's been. Scoring on 23% of its chances. Line camera trying to keep it in, and he will. As now this one behind the net, was in front for a second rebound chance. Ball puts it in. Power play goal for the Saints. Their lead grows to 3, and George Marlowe will be first through the handshake line.
Down to 6 seconds left on that PK for Pinnacle. And they were able to squeeze it right through the 5-hole.
So not at all like the first matchup between these two teams, as Pinnacle was leading after the first period on September 21st when they played. Kick cut, sends one over top, and then now Small stepping down. He'll throw one on, but that's batted down by Wright. That game went on to be a 9-4 win for the Saints, despite the early Pinnacle lead, and this one just starts with an early lead for the Saints instead. Small trying to keep it in. Good keep by him there, but Kaleni intercepts his dump. Now move forward and trying to ping it across there was the Cousin, but couldn't find anyone. Now Wright walking in. That one's fluttered over top of the net and now turned over and heading the other way. Mullet trying to shake a couple guys. He's dragged down by Chatsworth, but now Small will transition. Small throws on goal. Again, a glove save by Caden Wright. Chico lays a hit on the half wall. The Cousin digging away at it. Mitchell in there as well. Still tied up on the wall. Chico will just throw one on goal, and that's paddled aside by Wright. Now Mullet will chip one out of the zone as he heard some footsteps, and back to get it for the Pioneers is Melsick. Melsick throwing one to the far boards, but that's taken away easily by Kaplan. Butler now digging away. Shane with it. He'll try and throw one to the front. It's there for a moment, but Preston Mitchell able to clear. Gross lays a hit now at the blue line on Stanius. Mitchell takes one himself as we again go to the boards for another battle. Mitchell sets it in deep. No icing on the play as Wright will play it behind his net. He'll rattle this one around the boards. It'll find the stick of Dylan Shane. Gross takes it away from him, and now Butler will send it right back in deep for Caden Wright to play. Weinkammer behind his own goal. Snaps the head to Kaplan. Kaplan cutting through center ice. He drops Bailey Wiseman, and he'll keep going. Trying to make one more move, but can't. Now Ryan Gleason with it. He finds Bailey Wiseman. Wiseman throwing one, a goal blocked by Stanius. And now Gleason lays a big hit on Dylan Shane there on a loose puck, trying to spark some life into this Pioneer bench.
Hits like that'll do it. That gets the growing crowd excited and the bench.
And that's what they're going to need. Find a way to drag Notre Dame into a dogfight here, but down 3, they need to dig themselves out of the hole first. Cage throws one off the end boards. That's wide, and now Green will scoop it off the back of his own net. Green thrown through the middle. Shane gets it taken away from him, and now Cage stepping into it. Cage walking in, lets one go just wide there. Now Gleason throws it below the goal line. Askew able to intervene, and now he'll look to head north. Banked off the wall to Wesley, but he takes a bump from Cage, and Papadopoulos will send one that bounces all the way down. No icing as it went off a white jersey. Jumps over the stick of Peck, and now Wesley will take advantage. He steps into it. He's leveled by Gavin Williams right at the blue line on the step up. Okay, with a chance in front. Loose puck for Suzuki, but he'll outreach the glove and get a whistle.
I'm going to replay that last hit because he just got sandwiched.
Wesley and Dill on the back check with the help of Gavin Williams to take him down, and got a little crowd pop as well. Maybe bringing the bench to their feet as they need to find some type of energy, and one has been a goal of a first period rather for them. Williams chips the head off the draw, trying to bat it down, but can. Now Wesley with it. Wesley looking to go up to the point, but this one will skitter out of the zone and go to Askew. Askew rims this one all the way around. Suzuki can't get there, so they'll go to Gavin Williams. Chipped ahead. Peck had it momentarily, but lost it. Now Mullet stepping into it right to Tyson Derryberry, and it looks like Magnus Gill dragged Mullet down, who's going to go to the box, and Mullet had some choice words for him.
Run the replay on that.
Looked to be a little bit behind the play as Gill gave him a little shot there, and Mullet took a spill. Interference is going to be the call. The Pioneers go to another penalty kill Then Notre Dame goes to another power play. They're 0 for 1 so far on the night. Chicka digging away at it while Notre Dame tries to set up Askew will knife it forward. Askew with it. He lets one go from a sharp angle, but that's stopped pretty handedly there by Jay Suzuki. .2:14 remaining in the opening frame and minute 45 remaining on the same power play as they set up right off the draw here. Bouncing into the corner, Wesley racing to get there, and he will win that race. Now Stallkamp at the half wall, sends it below the goal line to Kaplan. Kaplan shakes a hit, Wesley comes in to support, and now Kaplan picks it up. Wesley below the goal line, trying to get something going for the Saints here as they've just been moving it around the outside for the entirety of this power play. Zipping one through the seam there, trying to find Wesley, but couldn't. Now Cage throws one far side. Chicka will pick it up, maybe trying to spark some offense. One man down. Charging towards the crease there, but knocked off his stick and right into the hands of Caden Wright.
Surprising to see, actually. It's good to see Pinnacle getting that breakaway while they're on the PK and getting that shot.
Trying to get something going here. And of an offensive zone draw, maybe some type of opportunity, but maybe just an opportunity to kill some more clock. Mitchell now lays a hard hit there, and that one's sent in by the Pioneers. Great back check by Preston Mitchell. Young sophomore on this team, jumped from D3 to D1 this year, and part of this young Pinnacle core that is slowly developing. Small sends one around the yellow part of the boards there, and that one will squeak all the way back to Notre Dame's end. So last minute of the period, 30 seconds left on this Notre Dame power play. Across the blue line now, sent in deep by the Saints, and Melsick will be the first one there trying to get it out, but that's held in by Coletti. Now Melsick stepping into a loose puck. He'll try and use some speed now. In on Tomczyk. Steps around him. Chance in front, but he couldn't get a clean shot on the backhand. Now center and pass. Peck lets one go. Blocked by a white jersey there as Driscoll will send that one in deep, and Dill will come out of the box. So power play over for the Saints. Couple of chances there at the end for the Pioneers, but 15 seconds remaining in the period now. Off the wall goes Ian Schmall into Cos, and will zip it over to Stanius. Stanius trying to move it ahead and find Dylan Shane there, but couldn't as time will expire on the period. And 3 quick goals for the Saints, have them leading 3-0, and they look dominant through this first frame, Dr. Ben.
I mean, Notre Dame owned this first period, but I did see, especially as the period continued, Pinnacle stepping up.
Got a couple of chances there at the end. They'll have a 40-second break remaining to figure out where they're going wrong, and the Saints will have the same amount of time to figure out what they'll keep doing. We'll be back momentarily. So quick break over, and we're right back to action here from the ice fence. Scottsdale, 15 fresh minutes on the clock. Score 3 for Notre Dame and nothing for the Pioneers. Although the Pioneers did outshoot the Saints, 6 shots for them and 7 for the Pioneers. Now Chicka throws one on goal. That hit a stench and bounced weirdly in front. And now Williams will throw one in deep. That's blocked away from him. Wesley applying some pressure to Derryberry, but he'll go off the wall to Chatsworth. Now Chatsworth through the middle to right. Chicka wheeling across the blue line now. He finds the trailer. Derryberry lets one go. Saved by Wright. First real test he's had all night. Wow,
Great
nice
shot.
scoring chance there from Derryberry, but a well-placed shot. You're absolutely right, Dr. Ben. Williams now moved ahead to right as a new life appears to be in the Pioneers here. And that one went off the face there of Weinkammer, but Derryberry now with it. He'll slam on the brakes, looking for more options. He'll try and send it in deep, but Weinkammer intercepts. Derryberry takes it right back, though, moving it to Cage. Cage poking it forward. Stanius is there, and he'll hammer it off the wall, but Butler gets in the way, and that shot goes over the netting. It looked like Cade Wright thought he was going to catch that one, but sailed over top. Weinkammer now across. Derryberry will send this one all the way down, and it'll go for icing. It's now Derryberry and Dylan Shane exchanging words as Derryberry makes his way to the bench and Dylan Shane makes his way to the offensive zone. Shane on the draw gets Butler. Shane will win it to the wall, but Rayhorn able to get a stick in there and take it away. Mitchell now slips a hit from Shane and keeps the puck. Now rimming it off the wall, he'll find Dill. Moves it ahead to Butler. Butler will send this one to the far corner and deep. Cage going to be the first one there on the forecheck. Stanius in there as well. Couple bodies mining away for that puck. As Kaplan will come away with it, trying to sauce it ahead to Dylan Shane, but couldn't find him, but it'll be ruled a tip and no icing. Shane now hemmed to the wall by Rayhorn. Kaplan comes in to support him as now four bodies collide along the walls, and Mitchell looks to get it out. Butler with it. He'll high flip it down. Might have the legs for icing. It will not as Kid Wright plays it, and I believe it was waved off prior. Askew now takes a hit from Gill. Looking back door. He has Neubauer. Lets one go, but that's blocked again. Gill sends one around the end board. Small at the point. And that one's thwarted to the corner by Wright as he didn't have to move much. Valsek looking for Gross, that was in the high slot. Now Malsick will keep it in. Gross sends one on goal, but right into the barrel there. Okay, Wright, who has been perfect so far tonight.
Wright is on point, taking shots. I mean, you said it. There's been a couple really good scoring opportunities. Some top balls, but yeah, a couple of those rockets. If Wright dozes off just for a second, Pinnacle's going to capitalize on it.
And also a lot of blocked shots by the Saints as well. It feels like just in the first 18 or so minutes, they've had probably 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
DeCausa now caught offsides as that one will go back to the neutral zone. His block was a bit ahead of him and a little frustrated despite the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Pinnacle's got 10 shots on record, and to your point, significantly more that have been blocked by the defensive players.
Feels like a lot of them coming from the outside, but out shooting the Saints, although they are down 3-0. They'll send this one down. Neubauer and Gross giving some pressure to Stanius, who bumps it over to Coletti. Coletti now moving it up the wall, but kept in by Malsek. Trying to poke it on goal there was Neubauer, and he did, but one of those softballs you were talking about for Kane Wright to swallow up.
Yeah, technically shot on net, but
not much of a save.
No.
Didn't have to
work hard at it.
didn't feel any pressure at all on that one. And I'm sure he's been one of the best goaltenders in the league. Say him and Austin Gearhart from Basha Perry have been the top two, and they lead in a lot of statistical categories as well. Now a chance the other way. Here comes Notre Dame. Wesley lets one on. Left pad save there from Suzuki. Now Wesley walking up the wall with it, moves it to the seam to Weinkammer. Kicks it to his stick, lets one go, but that's blocked by Bailey Wiseman in the high slot. Good pressure here by Wesley on Papadopoulos. As Stallkamp tries to give him a bump now, and Gleason's able to step in and pick it up. Gleason now moved to the half wall. Schmall was there trying to throw one through the middle, but couldn't connect with Papadopoulos, and another icing called.
Replaying this, what could have been a solid breakaway. One of Suzuki's few attempts there. I mean, they're only up to 7.
And it was a good shot at that. Created a huge rebound, and maybe on a 2-on-1 would have had someone going to that far post to bang it home, but the 1-on-1 opportunity comes to nothing with the rebound. Chicka driving to the crease, trying to pull one in front, but it was knocked off his stick. He was creeping into dangerous territory there. Now Chatsworth trying to move one in front as bodies battle away below the goal line, and Wright tried to get one on, but he was dragged down and couldn't get away cleanly. But another sequence of solid scoring chances for the Pioneers as they're trying to dig themselves out of the 3-goal hole.
Yeah, this play seemed to slow down compared to where they were at. You think they're getting gassed?
Not sure. It could be a situation where up 3 in the first period. Maybe Notre Dame taking their foot off the gas a little bit. Pinnacle definitely going to have to take advantage if they are. Suzuki bangs one around the boards. Wright trying to find Chicka, but couldn't. Tomcock goes over to Coletti. Up the wall now, blocked with it. He'll take a hit right in front of the Pioneer student section there. Now Chicka lets one go, and that's paddled aside by Wright. Moved off the wall, now flung over as Mitchell lays a hit on Mullet. Derryberry now creeping over, and he clutches a man on the boards as well. Hip check there from Tyson Derryberry, and a textbook one at that. Now Mitchell across the blue line. Lets one go, but that soars well over top. Now Rayhorn trying to keep it in, but can't. Moved up, thrown on goal there by Butler, but again easily stopped by Caden Wright, who seems like he's barely sweating at any of these shots. Rayhorn back in his own end, goes across the cage. Thrown through the middle, but Barlow intercepts. Now Wesley will high flip one in deep for Cage to go get. Turned over to Wesley. Wesley looking in the high slot there to Driscoll. Couldn't find another shot tipped on goal there by Stallkamp. But a nice reactionary save by Suzuki there. Wide camera again off the side of there. Wesley trying to bang it in. Stallkamp's there. He scores! Notre Dame's creating chaos in the offensive zone, and Brady Stallkamp jumps on the rebound. 4-goal lead for the Saints.
A lot of back and forth. They tried to stuff it, deflected. They were able to get the rebound and pop it in.
And a number of chances there, none of which got through as the Saints couldn't find anything but kept bending until the Pioneers broke. And now they lead by 4 on twice as many shots, so 4 goals on 8 shots for them. Peck now looking to high slot. Gross took a swipe on it, but couldn't get any of it as Kaplan will now go the other way. Melsick stepping around one. He takes a bump there as Stanius will move it up the wall. Schmall now on his forehand, finds the skates of the linesman, and now the stick of Driscoll. Kaplan across, sachets through a couple. Oh, Justin Kaplan, what a save! Wow. Suzuki with the glove. Somehow Justin Kaplan got through what felt like 3 defenders there, and it was. He got through all 3 of them, and it was one-on-one with Jay Suzuki, but did a tiny piece of it with the tip of his glove in order to keep it out.
Great response from Suzuki.
Already given up 4 goals, but not much he could have done about most of them. There's a lot of them were high marquee scoring chances for the Saints. But he's been there where he has needed to be and where he can be expected to be. Now Peck trying to get something going off the face-off, but couldn't break around his man. Now Neubauer jumps off his stick. He'll move it back to Derryberry. Derryberry just throws it away to Skew there. We'll now snap it forward to Wesley. Wesley got a piece of it, as this one will go into the end boards of the Pioneer zone. Peck throws one through the middle right to the stick of the Skew. We'll look to regroup now. He goes over to his partner. Snap forward right off the skate there of Williams. Williams trying to step around one. Race for the puck with Caden Wright, but he got it with the fire poker to keep Gavin Williams at bay. Now maybe a 2-0 the other way. Williams hustling to get back as Block steps around one and sends it into the corner. Papadopoulos lays a hit along the wall. Williams there in support. He takes a bump from Block there. He came flying in. Off a body in front there as Peck will roll one all the way down the ice for icing, and a change for the Pioneers.
So I'm going to run that play again. Pinnacle gets the breakaway. Wright steps way out and is able to block that one.
The poke checkers. Tyson Nash would call it, when the Coyotes were still a thing, the fire poker.
I like it.
As Caden Wright with some shades of Mike Smith there. Bailey Wiseman off the draw across the red. He'll send it in deep. Coletti racing to get there. He will arrive first, as now 5 bodies along the wall in the corner. Block and Papadopoulos now engage along the wall. Digging away, and it'll go up to the point to Cage. Cage walking in. He has ice. Cage, let's one go. Couldn't find the mark. Now wrapped around the boards. Coletti couldn't get there. Cage will be able to keep it below the St. goal line. Now up top for Cage. He'll walk in. Let's one go. Trying to get a stick to it was Gleason, but he couldn't redirect it. Cage with him in his own end. Now he's had the puck on his stick for this entire shift, essentially, as he'll send it in deep and on goal. And Caden Wright will play it. Plays it to Barlow. Trying to throw a stretch pass out there for Dylan Shane. Shane will take it away from Cage. He's at the end of a long shift. So we'll pop its way out of the zone, and now Stanius will pick it up in the neutral. Wrapped around the boards. Suzuki with it. Cage will rim this one all the way around. Chika's there. He'll stay on sides. Chika driving, but it coughed off his stick. Now trying to find the trailer in Derryberry, but couldn't, as Melsick will step up to keep it in. Derryberry now goes to Melsick. Shot up, they score! Beautiful play from the Pioneers, and they finally break through, cutting the lead to 3. It's 4-1.
Watching the replay on that. Lots of options.
It was a great look by Derryberry behind the goal. Got Caden Wright moving to his left before throwing it back to his right. Kind of handcuffing the Notre Dame netminders. That one will be Noah Melsick from Tyson Derryberry to get the Pioneers on the board. Small moving it forward. That went off of a hand in the Notre Dame bench when nobody caught it. It'll go down for icing. Notre Dame has had a lot of offensive zone draws because of icing so far in this one, and kind of a tale of two stories in this matchup. The Pioneers have won 2 state championships in the last 4 years, and in the last 4 years, Notre Dame has lost in 3 of them. And this finally feels like the year where they might be able to get the job done. Coach Taylor Nelson has talked about how well this team has meshed and how it's been a couple of years since they've had a team that's this close and this connected with each other. looking to notch their 12th win on the year, which would move the Pioneers from 6 losses to 7. Butler on the draw against Kaplan. One forward by Kaplan, streaking through is Driscoll. Driscoll rubbed off the puck by Melsick as he takes a spill. Still digging away at it though. Butler comes away with it. Shane hammering away on him, and he'll come away with it now. It's an off-angle shot, looking for a tiny square of netting there, but couldn't find it. Now Shane along the half wall. Surveying for options. He'll walk right into open ice. Shane walking and shoots. Big save by Suzuki. Rebounds there, but Butler is able to get it out of harm's way. Now Butler will send this one in deep. Askew will feel the pressure of Preston Mitchell now. Butler forces the turnover. He'll slam on the brakes. Throwing one on goal there, but swatted down with no trouble by Caden Wright.
I'm going to rerun that last shot. I honestly can't believe that Pinnacle opened up the center ice like that and let him get that shot off.
And it looked like just a miscommunication up top. Williams and Mitchell were crossing over each other, and I think Mitchell thought he was going to stay with his guy. Williams was going to stay with his, and then they got all mixed up, and Dylan Shane walked in untouched with a great scoring chance. Block trying to walk through a couple. DeCousins stepping into it, but knifed away by Williams. Washdown takes the hit from Williams. Up top for Stanius. Stanius zips it across the blue line over to Coletti, but Mitchell able to get it out. Now Mitchell trying to create an odd man rush there with Derryberry, who is now up playing forward, might I add. He is typically a defenseman, but moved up maybe in search of some offense, and he assisted that first goal, so maybe it's working.
Yeah.
Now Coletti coming the other way. Derryberry shadowing him, but Coletti gets through. Sends a shot, but that's blocked down by Cage. Now Derryberry will slap one into the zone. Stanius pushing in to get it. Cage all over him. Coletti scoops it up behind his own goal, moves it out to Stallcamp. Stallcamp now across the blue, trying to find a drop pass to Wesley. Couldn't get it cleanly, but they do keep the zone. Now Wesley cutting to the middle there, but he's dragged down by Ray Horn. Neubauer bumps it back to Gill now, as the Pioneers will just send this one in deep and try and get it behind these Notre Dame defenders. 2.5 remaining in the second period. Score still 4-1 Notre Dame. Floated through the middle. Wesley steps around Gill, and this one will go all the way up into the netting and out of play, as it is now a souvenir for a young fan. So only 2 goals this period, as it's been a dead split, one aside. Noah Melsick the one for the Pioneers, and Brady Stallcamp capitalized on a rebound for the Saints. So back to where we started at the beginning of this period, with Notre Dame holding a 3-goal lead. Small rims one all the way around. Chatsworth will get there. Chatsworth now across the blue, trying to send one in deep, but Chika was just offsides. Now Shane, who's, I will say, quite good at getting in his opponent's head, trying to get in the head of several Pioneers throughout the night as it's gone. And again on the draw against Chatsworth. And Derryberry will take it away from the draw at the blue line, but quickly snapped ahead and ping-ponged back and forth in the neutral zone. And now Melsick picks it up in his own zone. Shane stepping in, lets one go, saves Suzuki. Rebound there for Kaplan, but he couldn't corral it. Askew regrouping in his own zone now. Still sauce one across for Green. Will go far side to Shane. chain, trying to do it himself, cut through a couple, but taken away by Derryberry. Derryberry looking, finds Chico. Oh, whoa, and he couldn't get a shot away, but wants a call as well for a hook. Net knocked off, nothing to come from it. But what a chance that was. Great back check by Nate Chatsworth to create it. And you can see Chico maybe got tied up a little bit, but couldn't get a clean shot off.
So no penalty on that call.
Just back out to the neutral zone as Chico pushed right into his own net, knocking it off, and therefore will be penalized for it. But a minute 20 remaining in the middle period here. Letty moving it forward, kept in by Malsek, trying to tip one on was Chica, or right into the pad there of Caden Wright. Now the other way come the Saints to Cousins, steps around one, walking in at the dot, put it just wide, bounce off the lip of the boards there, a weird one in front, but no white jerseys there to capitalize. Now Suzuki will move it up the wall. Derryberry's there. He'll backhand one to the middle to Bailey Wiseman. Wiseman trying to find Chatsworth through the seam there. Mal maybe a chance the other way as Block would have had a breakaway, but he'll neutralize the icing. Takes a hit from Melsick to take man from puck, and now Williams will take puck. Wiseman gets a weird bounce, trying to send it in deep, but can't, as that one sent all the way to the far boards once more for Melsick. Papadato's digging away at the wall, but it's ultimately Wesley who comes away with it. Wesley across the blue now, driving wide, throws one off the side of the net. Up top now is Skew on his offhand, sends one through, but easily stopped, and a whack given there to the head of Suzuki by Wesley as they hug it out, and clearly an accident.
Yeah, I watched that happen. Suzuki didn't like it, but clearly an accident. He immediately...
He knew what he did wrong immediately. He was like, oh.
Hey, sorry.
Didn't want anything to do with that, as if it was on purpose, the response would have been a lot different.
Yeah.
Now 1.4 remaining on this face-off. Chance off the draw there for Wesley, but Gross did a good job to get through and poke it out of harm's way. Maybe a last-second chance would have been there, but after 30 minutes of action, the score 4-1 in favor of Notre Dame, as they still trail on the shot clock. 10 shots for them, 18 for the Pioneers, but a one-goal split. Dr. Ben, what do the Pioneers need to do to get back into this game in the third period?
You know, the Pioneers need to focus and not overreact. My fear going into the third period here is that they're going to get a little anxious. It'll get a little too physical. They'll end up sitting in the box and opening the door for Notre Dame to take advantage of some more power plays.
And Notre Dame has broke through on one of those power plays with just seconds remaining, but the second most penalized team in the league, and the Saints has done a great job staying on the box so far.
They've done a great job. They must have been working on their discipline.
I'm not sure how you work on that.
I don't know.
Maybe one suicide for every single penalty you get in a game, and that'll put people into shape pretty quickly, I'd imagine. It put me into shape pretty quickly. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I'd be done.
Notre Dame trying to move this win streak to double digits from 9 to 10. The last tie came against Chaparral, and it's their only non-win on the year, but technically still undefeated. Those AAA players have been so good this year, but proving they don't need them here tonight in this matchup against Pinnacle, is they were not eligible to play or allowed to play at that because the AAA coaches wouldn't allow them to. But here's Kaplan the other way. Kaplan lets one go, but that's right into the logo of Suzuki.
Pinnacle doing a great job so far of gaining control and maintaining it, at least for the start of this third period. Think they can keep that going?
They're going to need to. They did a great job throughout that second period on the shot clock, getting shots, and it feels like they've had a number of chances, but just haven't been able to finish. As here's a chance now for Keegan Cage. Cage lets one go right into the glove of Caden Wright, who makes it look easy once again. Trying to work their way back from the 3-goal deficit, as it's been that deficit for pretty much the entirety of this game. And they'll have 14 and a half to do it. Rayhorn up top, he'll send it in deep. Chicka, first one there as he'll hold it on the wall. Chicka now pulling one in front as he took a spin on that. Cage lets one go from the point, but that's deflected into the corner. Now Cage over to Rayhorn. Rayhorn trying to bank it forward to Chicka, but it finds Wesley instead, and now back into the hands of the Pinnacle blue line. Stallkamp gloves one down, walking in. Stallkamp lets one go. That's stopped by Suzuki with the left pad. Now Tomcock up top, able to keep that one in. Wesley from the trapezoid now pulls one to his backhand. Throwing to the high side, trying to find Coletti, but they couldn't connect. And now Chatsworth will zip one ahead for Derryberry. Derryberry charging ahead, trying to shake off Tomcock, and he'll just throw one for the goal line to Coletti. Wesley floats one all the way down. That one will not go for icing as it didn't have the legs for it. Got a weird kick off the wall as well. Derryberry back in his own zone, trying to find Peck, but couldn't catch it cleanly. Again, Derryberry sending one for a weird bounce. Kind of a little awkward there from Caden Wright, but nonetheless made the save. Stakaza now takes a bump from Gill. Sending it deep. Peck will tag up. Wright will play it, and as he'll rim it up the wall and mull it. On a leak all the way out of the zone. Williams racing to get there as he'll go over to Gill. Gill sent far side. Put forward by Schmall to Peck. And good job by the Saints to clog the neutral zone here, as no zone entries have been allowed for the Pioneers to this point. Williams finding Gill, took a hit from Driscoll as they're tied up now. Driscoll takes the spill, but no penalties coming. Kanan Small now digging away in the corner. Williams ends up with it on the other side as he'll take it behind his own goal. Now move forward to Gill. Gill sends one far side. Peck might have a step, but try to make a move. Good defense there by Green.
Chest of the zebra.
Right off the linesman there. It almost looked like it caught him on the hand. Kaplan now stepping in, kick save Suzuki. Shane behind the net, goes up top to Askew. Askew sends one on goal, stops Suzuki, who's able to cover and get a stoppage in play.
Apologize for the shaking. We had someone leaning on the glass earlier. Now it looks like there's a student that's sitting in the student section that is nervously kicking the glass. So we've got a little bit of a jitter. See if we can send somebody down to talk with a student, stabilize the camera a little bit.
Shaking just a hair. I do see what you're talking about down there.
Kept trying to figure out what was shaking the camera.
Askew on the half wall now, slips the hit from Papadopoulos and then throws one to the far corner. Gleason trying to get there, but he won't be able to. His wide camera will take this one back to his own end. Wesley goes far side to Stallkamp. Stallkamp across the blue, trying to move one forward, but can't. As Wiseman will throw one off the glass to Gleason. Gleason now in on wide camera. He's pretty much alone off angle shot. Caden Wright didn't budge. Rayhorn throws one on, but that's waffle boarded aside there by Caden Wright, as Wesley will dodge a chip up high, and Rayhorn will pick it up in his own end. Gleason now rattles one around the boards to right. Tomcock behind the own goal. Papadano smothers him against the wall. DeCausin comes away with it. Mullet now on the wall. He leaves it for DeCausin. DeCausin moving down the right side. Throws one of the high shot blocks was there. We couldn't get a clean swipe at it as that one's thrown in the corner by DeCausin. Blocked up high. Cage will arrive first as that one's sent up to Coletti. Now DeCausin in the corner throws one in front, but Cage's stick was in the way, and now here comes Keegan Cage now. Cage moving in, trying to make a rule out Tomcock, but couldn't. As Wright will be stuffed up as well, and Notre Dame will try and get it out once more. Mitchell's flying in, trying to keep it, but Jesse Kaplan's going to have a break here. Maybe a 2-on-1 with Blotch. Kaplan walking in, trying to make a move, but it skitters into the corner. Chatswood now looking for Mitchell through the middle, but couldn't find him as there's Stanius. Blotch moves it ahead. Shane steps around one, but takes a hit. Now Kaplan spinning, looking for Shane, but couldn't touch base with him. Shane now walking across the top of the blue line. Let go there, but blocked by Cage, who's feeling that one as he is trying to get off the ice slowly. But stuck out there as he'll just send this one down for icing and hop over the boards.
Much needed break in the play. I'm actually going to walk down and see if I can talk to the student myself.
And much needed break in the play for the Pioneers. Needed a change. Specifically, Keegan Cage took one off the gut there, and he's in some discomfort on the bench as well. So hopefully he's okay.
All right.
We'll see if that helps the shakiness of the stream at all.
Yeah.
As this one heads into the Pioneer bench, and Chicka fell down as hearing it now, some oohs and ahs. And he wants a penalty of some sort, but he's talking to the wrong guy. That's the linesman.
All right. Camera's more stable, so sorry if anybody at home was getting seasick.
Draw moves to center ice as it went into Pinnacle's bench. Now Wesley will move it ahead to Stallkamp. Stallkamp throws one on the backhand, but it flutters through, and now Butler will rim this one behind his own goal. Derryberry taken away by Wesley. Wesley lets one go. Kick save again by Jay Suzuki. He has been really solid since giving up those first three.
Yeah.
And again, really not a ton he could have done on the first three. And even the fourth as well. Chicka trying to get it out. He'll find Riggs Butler. Butler across the red. Moving in on the Saints defense. Lets one go off the knob of the stick of right. Now Derryberry will lay a hit. Up to the top is Butler. Butler curling. He'll cycle one in deep as he takes a bump from Stallkamp. Now Green snaps one ahead to Wesley. Will send it off the linesman's foot. It feels like the linesmen have gotten in the way quite a few times. Now Chicka walking and lets one go over top. Rebound off the back of right, but somehow stayed out. Now Blotch moving in 3-on-2. Mullet with him. Tries to leave it for him, but Neubauer gets in the way. Now slip to the middle. Derryberry's there. Could have laid a hit on Weinkammer, but he got caught up high. It was a little uncomfortable, but seems to be okay now as he moves in on a skew. Derryberry behind the net, looking to the front. He'll let one go, and that's off the glass. Williams now lets one go, and again, the glove of Caden Wright is right there with a response.
All right, so I'm going to replay that deflection off of the glass and off the back of right. Had that gone in, is that something where you would have considered that an own goal? Obviously not officially, but you're talking to your teammates, you're in the locker room.
I'll tell you it's a goal for the Pioneers, but I don't know how else to do that. And don't see it too often in hockey.
Nope.
Off the glass like that. Sometimes you see players bank it in off the back or something, but that one sent through by Schmall. Rebound was there for Gill, but he couldn't get there. Driscoll moving it to Kaplan. Kaplan now lays a hit.
Wow.
Pinnacle is going to head to their first power play of the game. shocking. Kaplan didn't think it was a goal. Dylan Shane didn't think it was a penalty either. He gets called for cross-checking. But to this point, Notre Dame has done a great job staying out of the box, especially in a game that can often get as heated as this. A team that's averaging 6 or 7 penalties a game has only seen the box one time.
Yeah, there's still time though. We've still got about 7 minutes.
7 minutes and 16 seconds for Pinnacle to turn around, but here's Dylan Shane right off the draw. Shane's around one, trying to move through another, but Keegan Cage stands tall. Now Peck the other way. Sends this one below the goal line. Pressure needed from the Pioneers, and feels like now or never on this power play. Cage moved over to Derryberry. Derryberry through the seam. Chico lets one go off the skate with Kane right as he got there. Bill LaChapelle talked about how they're trying something new on this power play. He didn't tell me what it is. Wouldn't expect him to, but a new look for the Pioneers. Maybe it's here's Shane trying to get a short-handed shot there. Couldn't pull the trigger as Peck toe drags one. Danger Peck across the blue now. Dubauer trying to kick out to Chica, but couldn't find him as that one banked up to Derryberry. Derryberry gloves it down now as he gets his stick lifted and can't get a shot away either. Off the power play gone from the Pioneers. Up to the point it goes for Keegan Cage. Down to Chica on the right flank. Looking through the seam there, but couldn't find Derryberry as he'll try and battle away with it in his feet. Move down to Peck. Stanius will take it away from him. Rattle it all the way around, but somehow kept it in off the stick of Chica. Chica up top. Cage over, but that one was just wide. That one's sent down there by Jack Henry Askew. 20 seconds remaining for the Pioneers. Everyone will go for a change. Cage left behind for Ray Horn, who will stop behind his own net. 10 seconds remaining as Notre Dame will be back to full strength momentarily. Up to Peck, who tries to send it in deep, and Stanius intercepts and catches Driscoll up high. Thankfully, he was okay, but that could have been bad. Out of the box comes Justin Kaplan. He'll head right onto the ice, and he'll lay a hit immediately. Now here's Gill. Slid over to Melsick. Melsick finds Butler. Butler lets one go. Kick save there by Wright with the right pad. Now rattled into the corner. Butler gives it up top to Ray Horn. Ray Horn throws one from a sharp angle there. Easily stopped by Wright. Butler now throws one on goal. It takes a hit. Melsick trying to keep it in. He will momentarily, but Green will throw it out of the zone. Now Mitchell up top. Or up behind his own goal, rather, as he'll bring it around and cycle it back, but nobody's there. Kaplan trying to move it to the high slot. Sent far side for blocks, but Gleason gets in the way as this one will go to Coletti now. Green sends one in. Melsick had time to get there, so icing waved off. But now Notre Dame applying some pressure. 4 minutes left. Pinnacle still trailing by 3. That one sent up to Green. Shot on goal there, but left pad of Jay Suzuki was there. Askew now up top. Sends one through. Another save there by Suzuki, this time with the glove. So, timeout Notre Dame. Not sure why.
Yeah.
Up 3 goals. Maybe a little breather for the Saints, as they do only have 3 lines. Trying to find a way to ice this one up 3.
So not the level of physicality that I thought we were going to see, but a good, safe, solid game. I mean, you get too physical that it gets risky for the kids, for the players, and you get injured.
And a different side of this rivalry than we normally get to see is normally these two teams kind of sit right at top of the division standings. sometimes 1 and 2, usually both of them in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But this year and last year, it was Pinnacle who was up top, and then Notre Dame who was around 6 or 7, and then this year Notre Dame who's up top, and Pinnacle who's right around 6.
So 3:53 on the official clock.
That's all the time. Pinnacle will have to get 3 goals. Chica on the draw, one they need to win. We'll see if anything comes of this faceoff given the timeout. It's going to be an attempted bomb play there from the Pioneers, trying to find Derryberry streaking. The wine camera picked it up, a little too much mustard on it, and now tipped into the zone. Small will go up the glass with it. Derryberry moved to the middle to Riggs. Riggs Butler back to Derryberry. Derryberry lets one go off the glove of right. And now sent all the way around. Slow ice here with no ice cut, as it won't have the legs to get there, even though it looked like it did off the stick. Now Schmall around 1, trying to get around Shane, but can't. But good recovery to take it back.
Yeah, they're playing on snow.
Pretty much. And that's what it is with no ice cuts. Everything slows down. And it's imperative to simplify your game, as skill moves are going to be a lot harder to do when the puck's not gliding quite as it was in the first period. Knocked down by Derryberry, a high stick being signaled for, but it looked like Notre Dame might have touched it first, but it will go back to Pinnacle's zone with the high stick. So 2:49 remaining now. Pinnacle still down by 3. And do you think down by 3, you even look to pull the goalie here?
You know, not against Notre Dame. I don't think. I was thinking through that process. I mean, is it worth it to try to get one when Notre Dame is dominated in the offensive zone?
And obviously you want to win the rivalry games, but if you're Pinnacle and nobody's beaten Notre Dame, that's kind of difficult to expect to regardless of the scenario.
Yeah. As we cross 2 minutes, I'll keep that camera on Suzuki.
Say it's unlikely that they pull, but you never know. We've seen
Yeah.
comebacks as crazy, if not crazier. A couple of those have come against Notre Dame as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think all 3 that I thought of have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Right, the last one was
Chaparral. So they came back down 2, and then play-in game last year against Desert Vista where they were down 4, came back and won in a shootout. And then state championship 3 years ago it was against Desert Vista again, who came back down 4-1 to win in overtime. A Marcello Lane game winner for the state championship, as Suzuki will deflect that one out of play. But with a minute and a half left, it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting the fairy tale finish we have gotten so accustomed to this season, Dr. Ben.
No, nope.
We've been fortunate enough to call some unbelievable games, but this one not quite coming down to the wire as some of the others have.
This one looks like it's going to be a little more uneventful than what was seen. But still respectable.
Assuming Notre Dame can somehow hold on to their 3-goal lead with a minute and a half left, they will move to 12-0-1 on the year. They will get their fair play point as well, moving them to 36 points on the year. And then the Pinnacle Pioneers will get their fair play point too, moving them to 21. There's now a shot given in front by Riggs Butler to Stallkamp, who flailed a little bit, but really not much going on there. So 22 shots for the Pioneers, 16. Only 16. That feels low for Notre Dame. I feel like they've had more, but nonetheless, they're leading 4-1. It doesn't matter how many shots you put on goal. If you're up 4-1 on 4 shots, you're up 4-1.
Yeah, those watching at home may have noticed that the shot clock has changed a bit.
Chance out Chicka the other way, maybe trying to dig into the lead. He lets one go, but that's stuck by right. His first real test that he's faced in quite a while.
But I'd mark him as I see him, and as I see him, doesn't always align with how the officials see it. So you'll see him change.
Not sure. I think it's Alex Kahn, I believe, on the game sheet tonight. So we'll blame him if the shots are off. Green moved ahead to DeCausin. Will slide one forward for Block, who will just send it in deep. No icing called as the last minute has begun. Melsick Butler as four bodies dig along the boards in the corner to the left of Jay Suzuki. Chico trying to fish it out from there, but it'll end up with a white jersey momentarily before being knifed away. Now Chica trying to move in one more time. 30 seconds left. Leaves it for Derryberry, who takes a bump there from Blotch. And now Mullet the other way. Has some guys in front of him. He moves to DeCausin. DeCausin 2-on-1 with Green. Lets one go, but that's well wide. Down to the middle. Chica, maybe one last chance. Chica all alone. What a save. Keaton Wright with the glove to put a bow on an emphatic Notre Dame victory. And maybe the wrapping paper now. Dylan Shane all alone, but he put it just wide as time began to wind down. And Dylan Shane giving some wax, daunting some guys as Notre Dame will go over to their student section as they have completed the series sweep of Pinnacle in the rivalry matchup. So a 4-1 win for Notre Dame. Caden Wright with a couple big stops, but it was ultimately the overpowering offense of the Saints that spearheaded them to this victory.
Yeah.
Both teams shaking hands as well, but two teams that have never liked each other and often never will, or likely never will. But wouldn't be shocked if you somehow see these two teams in the playoffs. It often seems to end up that way, and it always makes for an incredible game. But from the ice then Scottsdale, that's pretty much all we have tonight. 4-1 the score in favor of Notre Dame. My name's Easton Sockford. On the sticks has been Dr. Ben, and that is all we have. We thank you guys for tuning in from the Ice Den Scottsdale, where your final was 4-1.
Like and subscribe and stay tuned for highlights.